This is Katie Lynn Casey, and in this video, I will give an overview of the student AUP, RUP for A-Leaf ISD. I'll start with the Acceptable Use Policy, or the AUP. This form begins with an introduction that outlines the purpose of the AUP, as well as student responsibilities. It reviews that all content is belonging to A-Leaf ISD, as well as devices, computers, the network, and any software, and is a privilege that will be canceled if students do not follow the expectations for this privilege. That includes illegal activity. Email is not guaranteed to be private. Messages supporting illegal activities will be reported to authorities. Campus administrators and central office administrative team will decide if something is inappropriate, and they will decide the consequences, which will be final. Any use of digital resources or devices must follow all requirements, be approved, and will also be outlined in the RUP guidelines, as well as the BYOD, or Bring Your Own Device policy. And this final statement reviews A-Leaf's beliefs on students' use of technology. A-Leaf ISD will educate all students about appropriate online behavior, including interacting with other individuals on social media websites, social networking websites, and in chat rooms, and cyberbullying awareness and response. So A-Leaf sees it as the expectation and responsibility of the district to train students to be responsible digital citizens. The first section is network standards, and many of these components are similar to the staff AUP. So this includes doing activities that won't disrupt network runnings, following teachers' guidelines and instructions when using the network, maintaining appropriate language, and not using inappropriate etiquette such as typing in all caps, never pretending to be someone else or misrepresenting yourself online, never providing personal information to others, logging off when finished, and then never sharing your district username and password. The next section is Internet Acceptable Use. Teachers' permission should be given before emailing, accessing, downloading, or printing from network resources. Students should follow teachers' guidelines and instructions when using the internet, accessing only educational materials, crediting all sources, and cyberbullying and off-task behavior is prohibited and can lead to loss of privileges. The next section is use of data. It's the responsibility of the students to act responsibly when accessing data and resources, using strong passwords and following network etiquette. Again, never sharing the passwords. Don't allow others to access confidential information by storing it in an unsafe manner. Never misrepresenting or falsely manipulating data. And the district can remove any inappropriate or harmful data from the network. And it's responsibility of staff to report any issues. And hacking or unauthorized use of networks in attempt to bypass security is prohibited and considered inappropriate and can lead to loss of privileges. The next section is restrictions. Students cannot install programs on the network systems. They cannot distribute or copy unauthorized materials such as videos, audio, and image files. Students may never use district equipment for personal financial gain. Students may not access the network using non-district devices until they have returned the parent acknowledgement, consent form, and been trained on the BYOD policy, which is a separate form that is sent out with these forms at the beginning of the school year. They may not damage or vandalize devices, computers, or networks. Students may not print non-school related materials. They may not access non-district emails at school. And the email should only be used for instructional purposes, not personal. Okay, the next section is copyright and non-print materials. Students must cite all materials appropriately. Copies cannot be substituted in part or whole of an original work, and copying software is illegal. The next section is disclaimers. This is similar again to the staff AUP, just covering the district of different things students may encounter, such as damaging items, criminal terrorist activities, and parents having the right to decline their child's access to the internet, but they must return a form. The last page is a compliance page that must be signed by the students at the beginning of the year before receiving their computer logins. The next page is the RUP for students. This is the Responsible Use Practice Guidelines. The beginning reviews the expectations of students to be responsible, courteous, and act in a legal manner. The ALEAF ISD Internet is filtered in accordance to the Children's Internet Protection Act, which blocks any material that is deemed unsafe or inappropriate for minors. And ALEAF sees it as its responsibility to educate all students on appropriate online behavior, such as interacting with others, chat rooms, and cyberbullying awareness. The next system reviews good digital citizenship. Students are expected to obey legal rules while using technology, respect and care for themselves and others as well as property, and they will in turn be offered the same respect. The next three parts review digital citizenship. The first one is respect and protect yourself. And this reviews some similar features to the AUP, that students use devices with permission. They do not share passwords or personal information. They use devices for schoolwork, instructional materials only, and only go to websites or email when directed by teacher. Students will not send, view, or display inappropriate messages or pictures. Only sharing pictures and stories with teachers' permission. Only talk to parents and teachers about online friends, and tell parents or teachers of any unkind interactions that aligns with cyberbullying. And tell an adult if they find something inappropriate while on their device, and this can help with the filtering system. The next section is respect and protect others, looking after others, saying only nice things online to others, ask before sharing a picture or story about a person, only going to places online that are appropriate, and informing an adult when they find a place that is inappropriate, and never using technology to frighten, cyberbully, or be mean to anyone. The final section is respect and protect intellectual property, looking after stuff. Students will use devices carefully and not damage the device, the software, the hardware, the settings, or the network. They will not download items, never leaving rude comments, obeying copyright laws, and printing with teachers' permission, and only using their file on the student server to prevent the lack of protection to their data. And the final page is the student signature page, which also has a section for parents to sign as well and should be returned before students will gain access to technology at school.